Welcome back, everybody. Recapping that Merck news that just crossed the wires. CEO Ken Frazier is going to be retiring on June 30th from the CFO position. He will be taking over as the chairman of the board, or stay on as the chairman of the board. The CFO, Robert Davis, has been named as his successor for the CEO position. In addition to that, the CEO news just coming out, the company also reporting its earnings just a few moments ago, too. And let me run you through the numbers on this. Merck did fall shy of expectations. They came in with adjusted earnings of $1.32 versus the $1.38 that the street was looking for. On a real number, they actually lost money. That was because of acquisitions, collaborations, intangible asset impairments. If you strip those out, the adjusted number again was $1.32 versus the $1.38 the street was expecting. Revenue was a little shy of forecast, too. It came in at $12.5 billion versus the $12.7 billion that the street was expecting. However, for the next fiscal year, for the full year, they are giving guidance that is a little above what the street was anticipating. On an adjusted basis, they say they'll be earning $6.48 to $6.68 a share. The street was only at $6.41, so that entire range brackets above where the street's estimates currently are. In terms of revenue, they say that they are expecting to see $51.8 billion in terms of revenue. The street was at $51.8 to $53.8 billion. So that does kind of stay in line in terms of the revenue, but the adjusted earnings per share above what had been anticipated.
The Ken Frazier, you can't minimize his tenure there, and I guess I'm old enough. You know, there are benefits to being old, because I remember everything that was happening with Ken back in the early 2000s with Vioxx, and he was the general counsel.
He'd been the lawyer. He'd been the general counsel and lawyer beforehand.
They had a CEO named Richard Clark that wasn't that well thought of. So they were trying to figure out how to navigate through the Vioxx situation, which caused some heart attacks. And the company was going to settle, and the settlement talks were for about $50 billion. Ken Frazier, and we were reporting on this all the time, having him on Squawk Box all the time. He decided and pushed as hard as he could to go case by case, case by case, case by case, and they ended up winning. And the total hit that they took was $5 billion instead of $50 billion. Next thing you know, they elevated him to CEO. And then, after that, they had a pipeline problem, and he brought in this unbelievable R&D chief from Amgen, this guy Perlmutter that I remember, and developed Keytruda, which, as you know, is a huge deal. Saved Jimmy Carter's life and others, and is a really sort of a transformational therapeutic. So this is, and then we know everything that happened with Trump, with President Trump's CEO council.
Well, on top of that,
favorite of Jeff Sonnenfeld too, and he was hired by Roy Vagelos, the legendary Roy Vagelos, and I think he really cared about Merck's culture and how it's viewed in the future.
Not just the company, but I think healthcare overall. Ken Frazier has also done things to try and take on the healthcare industry at large and deal with some of the problems. We've complained for years about how, here's the markup level that you pay for. You can get these on discounts and rebates. He's tried to take on that system, too, and squeeze some of that out to make it more transparent, to make it more evident what you're going to be paying for, and not mask and hide and work through third-party vendors. I think he's had trouble trying to take on that system because it's so ingrained, but he has done things to not only try and make it better at Merck, but try to make it better for the healthcare system overall in the United States. And, I hope he doesn't give up on that fight, because we could certainly use the help still.
Old friend of Squawk Box. I remember I was kidding him once because he had been on so many times during Vioxx, and I go, now you're CEO. You can take, and he goes, yeah, Joe, it's all you. Yeah, I remember him saying that. I'm kidding, Ken.
So he's got a sense of humor, too.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He's hilarious. He's a good man.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.